Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys what my top 5 favorite bronzers of all time, love, can never live without. That's a huge claim. I don't know about can never live without, but you know, they've been my top 5 favorite bronzers for a long time. In today's video, I'm going to incorporate like my favorite bronzers as well as my favorite contouring powders and kind of what I recommend for you guys to try out and maybe take a look at if you haven't tried it already or never kind of thought about using before. So we're just going to hop right into this video. If you're interested in watching my top 5 favorite bronzers ever, then please keep on watching. Oh my god, I just dropped it on the floor. Oh my goodness. Right before filming this video, you can't even see it. This is what happens. The whole thing just cracked. Alright, so we're just gonna move along from that lovely incident that just happened. So the bronzer slash contouring powder that is on my 5th spot, it is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. So I know that everybody and their moms literally loves this palette. They talk about it, they rave about it, they love everything about it. But the reason why it's on my 5th spot is because it's a contouring powder and it's not like the contouring powder that I gravitate towards. I'll show you guys that later. If you don't know what the palette looks like, this is what the palette looks like. It has a whole bunch of very neutral shades. So like this palette is literally meant for contouring. I think the middle shade is like the warmest shade, but a lot of it has like grayish undertones so that you can have like the best contour, if that makes sense. And then over here you have your under eye setting powders. I know it looks hella light on camera right now. So just to give you guys an idea, this is what the powder looks like. So these are your setting powders for your under eyes and these are your contour powders. I do love this palette a lot. I love, you know, to travel with it. I love to bring it with me whenever I'm traveling and stuff like that. It's just like not my favorite contouring powder, but it's definitely an essential. And I feel like if you're going to be developing a makeup collection, I do highly recommend to include a contouring palette, you know, into your makeup collection. And I would 100% recommend for you guys to go out there and try this contouring palette by Kat Von D. So my 4th favorite bronzer, it is a drugstore product, and obviously it's that Wet n Wild palette that just broke on me. I'm not gonna try too hard because, you know, the banana shade kind of broke on me, but this is what the palette looks like. This is like my 2nd or 3rd repurchase of this product because I really do love it. But like what just happened just now, which has happened to me in the past, is that I have dropped this and the banana shade always breaks on me, and I actually genuinely love the color of this banana shade. If you're wondering, the contouring palette color that I have is caramel toffee. I know that they have another one which is dulce de leche, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The reason why I love this product so much and why it's in my number 4 spot is because of just how finely milled the powder is. I really love this banana shade. I love setting my under eyes with it and it's spilling everywhere and I'm probably gonna have to buy a new one again. I just love this palette so much. It's very affordable, which is awesome. So like I said again, if you're starting a makeup collection and you don't feel like spending a whole bunch of money on a contouring palette, I would definitely start off with this. I really love it, and in my opinion, it compares to higher end products. Like the way that this powder feels, it feels absolutely amazing. And when I set my under eyes with the banana powder, it doesn't define any lines and it just like feels so smooth and looks so beautiful. So if you guys don't know this about me, I do have dry skin, so for the bronzing side of this palette, it just looks so beautiful on my skin, and then when I put some Fix Plus on it or any kind of setting spray, it just melts into your skin beautifully and you look so bronzy and gorgeous. But one downside of it, like I said before, is that it breaks super easily. I have dropped so many palettes, so much makeup before, and usually it stays intact. I don't know if it's like the packaging or whatever, but this is like the only thing that sucks about this. So my 3rd favorite bronzer that I use as bronzer and as contouring depending on my mood, it is this Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer in the color Deep Tan Matte Bronze. So besides the fact that it smells absolutely delicious, it smells like chocolate, oh my god, I definitely wouldn't recommend like putting this on when you have like, I know this is a lot of information, like when Tom, aka Time of the Month, comes and gives you a nice little visit. Yeah, like just smelling this and putting it on your face, you have like the biggest chocolate craving ever. I would know. So why I love this bronzer so much is because it's like a warm shade, but it has enough neutral tones in it where it's not gonna make me look hella orangey or anything like that. During the winter months, I do use this powder as a contouring powder. I just like hit the corners of my cheeks really quickly and it contours my cheeks beautifully, and it does a really good job. It blends really nice, which is also amazing. So like if I put on a bronzer and then I decide to contour with this, it's not like such an obvious line of demarcation, if that makes sense. Like it just blends really nice, it flows really nice. And then in my summer months, I do use this as a bronzer. So for me, like it just looks really pretty. Any powder that just very finely milled and just like doesn't look very cakey, and you can put your brush in it and it just like spreads and just moves beautifully on the face, like I'm all for that. So this is why I love this bronzer so much. So my number 2 favorite bronzer that has been my favorite bronzer before I purchased my number 1 bronzer, it is the MAC Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. As you can see, I've already hit pan. This is like my 3rd purchase. I've been using this bronzer for years. This is like the longest bronzer that I've been wearing out of all of these bronzers that I have mentioned, and out of any other bronzers that I try out in my makeup collection. This is like everything. Everything. I will not leave the country. I will not travel. I will not go anywhere, not even if it's like 5 minutes away from my house and I need to do my makeup. I love this powder so much. For me, it's just like, it's a staple. It's just straight up just a staple. It looks really beautiful, and I think that the Mineralized Skin Finish line, that line I guess at MAC, I do have the shade Give Me Sun, but I know that they have dark deep, and like all these other beautiful shades. Just feels very velvety and smooth. The powder isn't like super thick, it's finely milled, like, you know, reoccurring theme here, and it just feels so nice. And it's just like, I will keep repurchasing this bronzer forever and ever, and to me it's worth the price. It's kind of like in the middle. It's not super cheap because it's MAC, but it's not like super duper expensive. Like I've seen some bronzers that are like 50 something, 60 something, and I'm just like, that's a lot. But this is like pretty decent, kind of like if you want to spend a little bit more money, then I would definitely recommend this bronzer because I love it so much. And it looks absolutely beautiful if you have drier skin tone, or even if like you want to use this, just like put it all over your face or whatever, which I'm not a powder foundation type of person, but it's that finely milled that it looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous all over the face. Okay, so my number 1 bronzer. If you have not been watching my channel for a while, not that I have a lot of videos, but I'm just saying, this is to me like such an under freaking rated bronzer. I love this bronzer so freaking much. So it is the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion bronzer, and I have the shade 35i, which is like the iridescence. They have like matte and iridescence, and I bought the iridescence shade. I just want you guys to take a look at this bronzer because, like, come on. This is my 2nd bronzer. This is ridiculous. This is how much I love and wear this bronzer. I don't know why nobody's talking about this bronzer. Maybe, okay, I think that they should have a wider range of shades. I think that they should have like 5 more deeper shades and some shades in between. In my opinion, I think that this is the darkest shade. I'm actually gonna take a look for you guys and see what's the darkest shade. Okay, so yeah, the shade that I have, which is 35i, looks like an L on the website, but I'm pretty sure it's I for iridescence. Yeah, that's the darkest shade. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for a bronzer line, okay, they have 6 bronzer shades, but I definitely know that they can go a few shades darker because I love this bronzer, just everything about it, and I love the iridescence. I haven't tried the matte ones, but I really love the iridescence one, just because when you apply it on your face, it's not like a regular bronzer. You apply it, it applies like wet, kind of like the formulation is completely different than all of the other bronzers that I own. Just to give you kind of like a specific rundown of what this formulation is and how it's different, it says here on the Sephora website, it is a gel powder bronzer that blends seamlessly for a lightweight, foolproof, luminous glow. Okay, so yeah, so it's definitely like a gel kind of consistency, but I don't know how to explain it. It sounds weird, but it applies so beautifully on the skin. It's actually the bronzer that I'm wearing today on my face, and it's honestly the bronzer that I wear like a good percentage of the time in all of my videos because I love it that much. It's just different. Like, it's so much more different than any bronzer that I've ever owned. The way that it applies on your face, it gives you like a really beautiful glowy look, and since it has that moisture component to it, it doesn't apply powdery and it doesn't make your face look cakey or anything like that. You can control how much you want to put on your face. Like, it's not like you dip it in and it's like poof, like your bronzer's all over the place and now you have like no control of your makeup and it's not looking, you know, not looking cute. And I love that about this bronzer, that you can, like, you know, continue to apply as much as you want and have that kind of freedom to play with your makeup. I actually went to my Sephora and I couldn't find this bronzer on like the stands, like in the Makeup Forever stand, and I was so upset. I honestly thought Makeup Forever discontinued it, but I guess that they only sell it online, or they just don't carry it in my local Sephora, which is fine. I'll order it online because I love it that much, and obviously I need to order a new one because I have nothing left in this bronzer. So out of all the bronzers that I have named, although they are my top 5, I do want to give you guys a must-have. Bronzers that I feel like you definitely should buy, and bronzers that I feel like are staples and that you should never leave your house with. So the number one, like the one that I would definitely recommend out of all of them, is the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer, just because you might not like the Makeup Forever bronzer just because it has that gel powder consistency and you might not be into that. This MAC one to me is just an absolute staple, and I feel like out of all of them, I would definitely recommend buying this. But if you do want to try something new and you don't want to try a product that is overhyped, because no one ever talks about this product, please go out and buy yourself the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion bronzer, because I promise you, you will never regret it. It's amazing. I love it. Just go and get you some. So guys, that concludes this video for today. These are my top 5 bronzers for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe on your way out. And also don't forget to hit the bell button right next to the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date, you know, when I post and stuff like that every week. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video and enjoyed my top 5 favorite bronzers. I hope that it was informative and helped you guys maybe, you know, on some information about bronzers, and kind of helped you out a little bit if maybe you're planning on buying some new bronzers or expanding your makeup collection, whatever the case in point is. Or if you're a makeup junkie like myself and you're just out here just buying a lot of things, that I hope that this video helped you a little bit or a lot of it. So I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.